Hello interweb, this is Dannage. Welcome back to... okay, let's give this a name. Nobody's going to give us a name. Now the map is Castamere, so now the city is going to be called Cattlemere. Yes, if you don't give me an offer, then a cow-related term comes up, because apparently cows is my thing, or our thing. Anyway, how are you? I'm sounding a little bit gravelly today, aren't I? Oh, I'm sounding a bit like a late-night radio DJ. Hi. WKAC-ADL, taking you through the night. I am not hungover, but I did go out last night. You might be thinking, there was drinking involved, that's why he sounds like a gravel pit. No. It is just the fact that for the first time in, 3 years, I had to talk over background music and other people. That was weird. And after a while it was like, well, there is shouting, but I'm not enjoying it and I'm losing my voice. Next morning, I'm coming out straight to City Skylines to give you some stuff. Anyway, what has happened since our last episode? Our last episode, I believe I've changed this. I'm going to be a little bit sketcy as to what I've actually done, mainly because I did record another video on Thursday, after realizing that I'd lost a day. I was supposed to publish on Wednesday, and on Thursday I'm sitting there thinking, I'm going to be publishing tonight, and then people are like, are you okay? What happened? And then only halfway through the day did I realize, hang on, they're taking my bins. Oh, it's Thursday. Wait, I'm supposed to have uploaded yesterday. So apologies for being late last week, but apologies to the 4 people that watched it, and to the 1 person that was expecting it on time. So as I say, I did record another episode, or I did record about an hour's worth of footage, time-lapse stuff, where I'd actually expanded in here and made an oil industry, or a traffic catastrophe. I wasn't happy with the sound. The sound was although my voice was perfectly dulcet, the sound was a bit horrific and a bit distorted. But this microphone, I think I might need to get a different microphone. This microphone is very good for getting up on stage and singing to people. Recording for YouTube videos, I don't think it's working out necessarily. It just sounds quiet when I play it back sometimes. Anyway, so I've done this little housing area. It's just a little housing area. I've put a roundabout in here so that I've got access to the other ore area, and building up towards access to cross over to the other part of the city. Then I don't think I've done anything else except for I've just wiped out all of this. Oh man, when did that start? That must be because I clicked the cinematic camera. Oh dear. Oh. Whoops. I had this on pause before I started recording, and I had this on pause when I'd removed this gigantic section of stuff, and I was going to leave it on pause because, I've got a bus route that's going around there, and then you can see everything's upset. I'd moved bus stops so that they were next to each other, and that was fine. This one next to each other because I'd cleared the space here. So I don't know. I mean, that must have been running for 5 minutes, but look, I'm already losing people as it's going. Like, you've just gouged out a whole section of stuff. I've removed some bits here, but I'm going to put these back in. I'm going to do this in time lapse. A, because you don't want to listen to me graveling, and B, because it must be a little bit boring. I'm gonna cop out with this sort of intersection. I did say I had some sexy plans for this intersection, and I came up with this whole stuff that was like a two-way road overpass and a two-way road going underneath, but then they split into a single lane each way road, and then I had the 1-unit road that I bought or I got off the workshop, spanned those off, and I sort of made a little tiny interchange, but every single one of them looked utter tripe. I've lost some detailing in this park. I redid this park in the lost recording. But over here, on this side of the park, there are a couple of little trees. I did decide that these flower beds felt a little bit out of place, but a couple of picnic benches with a food cart, another roundabout with a means to get off again into the other part of the city. That's a nice flat part of the city. There'll be some residential around there. Nothing too exciting, but the same sort of stuff as this. We're going to focus today mainly on getting our oil industry and doing it in maybe a slightly less traffic nightmare way, but we'll come back to that in a minute. In the meantime, I'm going to sort out this traffic and then we'll buy that tile. So, see you in a second. And there it is, the revised park with some fields in the middle and some trees around the edge. Revised bus stops, because the bus line didn't really allow me to reconnect it. Then I de-zoned all of the residential, put in the commercial strip around the outside. I guess we've lost a couple of hundred population, getting rid of the residential areas to insert that commercial strip. And I think what we will do together, we've made a connection for this road to reconnect back onto what's going to be a very busy industrial thoroughfare. But we'll put another connection in here. We will create another little housing area here just to give ourselves more residents, because, you know, we do want to get up to that elusive 7,500. It's just going to stray away up here. Do think I'll probably get rid of the oil. There's going to be no benefits to it because there's going to be housing on top. We're not depleting our resources, so Bringer of Fire is obviously considered people playing both types. And if you were playing with diminishing resources, you would need 2 large oil fields. So we are going to think about our links here. So we've got one link there to the main road. We can put another one in here near the bus stop. People then drop off, or people come off at the bus stop and then can walk down here into this area. And similarly to how we did before, we're going to think about houses with gardens. So if I have a house that's too deep, I want to give another space for a garden, and I basically want to get like six spaces in here. But I want some little sort of square in the middle where I can put some services. So let's use this road to just get us a guide where we can put some services into. And I'm going to just shifty that just a little bit, so that this is a little bit further away when it joins. It's never a nice place for a node, is there? Let's move that over there, and then let's straighten that road. There we go. Does that still look like a reasonable gentle curve? Yes, it does. Okay, so this gives us an idea of where to layer. So let's say we got 2 deep on the other side, 1 square each for gardens. So we want to be coming out about 6. So we want to be around about there. And then this would just go straight down the middle. That gives us a good opportunity for some services or some commercial in the middle, and as well as around the outside. Let's start off, before we do any services, with some water. Now my only problem here logistically is that if I'm expecting heavy traffic on here, but I want to give it a way to go left or right, in both of these cases I am forcing those trucks potentially to go through a residential area to make their turns. Oh, have I lost water here? Feels like a bit of a waste having two pipes so close to each other, so we will do something to resolve that later, but we are going to restructure this whole area. So how to get... Now there's no other way to get that over to that area, so if I want to avoid trucks going through the residential area, I am going to have another link here so they can go around the outside like two trailer park girls. But maybe we need to just swap some of this for the residential. Alright, so that's a little bit better, because now if a truck wants to get through to this side, hopefully he won't use that section. He'll come up here, and what we can do to encourage that is we can change the speed limits. Right, so we'll set that to 60. 38 miles per hour. There we go. Thank you, traffic manager. That's useful for us imperialists. There is a way to set a whole road as priority, isn't it? Let's quick set up high priority junction, bulk edit signs on a road roundabout, shift and click. That looks like it's made it a priority road everywhere. Down there. Yeah, it has. Okay, reading the key bindings, and beginning to actually try and understand how to use Traffic Manager. So let's get some services in here. Let's start off with... I've got 7 people using my one library. Okay. Maybe you could... I've only got one library, haven't I? I wonder if there's a way to increase the radius of that library. I do think that's another thing maybe for Skylines 2, if they come up with some mechanisms to improve the reach. I'm guessing that transport links would improve things for that sort of thing. You know, I've got a library there. Technically, I need a library, 7 streets away in order to cover my little residential area. Now, is that realistic? No, it's not. No. Oh, that's just the wrong width. We could put a crematorium here, though, overlooking the oil industry. That would be fun for the residents. Actually, that does look fairly flat there, so how's that? Fairly flatly on a hill. Look at this. We're going to bring up this land, and we shall call it this land. Ah, where's that from, eh? Hey, sci-fi geeks. Giving you a clue. Still a little bit of a slope, but as long as they bury them head up, right? So then they can look out. They get a better view. Sloped cemeteries, that's the way to go. Put your cemeteries on a slope. Give the corpses a chance to have a look out. That demand's still going down, or my population is still going down. I need to make the land value not terrible. No, not going to do that. I take it back. I didn't mean it. Sorry. I can put some commercial by these services. That will work fine. But I do want... No, sorry. 2 schools. Oh, which you can say are linked. That'll work. I mean, it's a bit of a zoo. Concrete off some of it. Maybe not that much. I think we'll concrete off here. Still don't really like... If only there was some way that you could remove that, just that join. I wouldn't mind if I could get smooth lines for concrete, but that join bugs me because you have to you get it everywhere And you have to just decide, oh, there's going to be somewhere where I've got a bit of broken pavement. Detailers probably resolve that by decals, which will not be seen from a distance. So I just need to regulate my desire to have nice clean lines. I'm just going to have to accept that I won't get everything. I won't get everything quite clean until such time as I have a crazy computer. That will not happen. No, sorry, Mr. Apparently Mason. Sugarbird telling me off incorrect pronunciation. See, that's not doing it either. I want... okay, yeah, I wanted... see, I don't know about you, but some of these... Sometimes at school there was a school field and you might have had a tree, just a lone tree sitting in the middle of the school field, but then the cool kids and us, when they went there, would go and sit under it or have our lunch in a big group under there in the playground. So that now they would want to, I guess they would want to separate the big kids from the little kids. So let's have a look at the land value, because we do need to increase that residential demand. Now we do have some okay value here. I wonder if this is because of a lack of parks over this side. Let's give you a little bit of a park. A large playground here. I do want a nice small park. I can't keep using this one. Dog park small. Let's put that in the corner already. And the land value, that's going to kick up. The residential demand looks like it's picking up, and we're getting closer to 5,000 again. So that's looking like it's okay. We've already got some alright, sort of above average land value here. I'm surprised at how low the value is here for this big city park. Extra assets haven't we got in here yet? We do have one gazebo, so let's add another one. Oh, there we go. And it unlocked the climbing frame, which is one of the things that I wanted. What's locked is the trampoline park. Oh, I could put something in here, couldn't I? Yeah. This won't look too jarring, having a trampoline park in what looks like a completely separate park, but as far as the game is concerned, is exactly the same one. Let's put you over there in the middle. That's it. That's our 5-star park. Low park maintenance. Now, that is something for us to deal with. That is quite sizable. Where are we going to stick this? Now, I suppose off of this side, here we go. So we're going to have industrial here because we're going to have processing and collection. This is going to be the road for the factories. And then what I could also do here, whilst we're looking at maintenance, I could do a road maintenance building. And now you guys can maintain roads and parks. Now I feel like I should do something with that. Sometimes I click on the wrong thing just so that it gets me out of the menu I seem to be stuck in. Let's make this a little bit nicer. I mean, I don't think that there are any buildings... Oh, what about postal service? Have I got postal service yet? I've got some other stuff. Ferry and exchange bus stop, that's not what I'm looking at, is it? Post office, here we go. It's a bit small, but maybe the post sorting facility, that looks white and large, and we can probably tell how much it's going to be. We cannot see how big that's going to be, but I think that's what we're going to put there. So what we want to finish up with is this industry area. Okay, right, so I'm going to take a quick break, because we'll see how much time we've got left for the video. Okay, see you in a second. Well, we are halfway through the video. That means that we've got time to make an industry area. So we got 5,100 population. I could lose that, or I could start to lose that if I just focus too much on the industry, especially when we got no demand. 374,000. We got 5,000 coming in. And here we go, small oil pump, pyrolysis plant, and a small crude oil tank farm. How much is that going to output, and how soon is that going to fill that bad boy up? And I have got to take note of the fact that I've got some one-way problems here. Bunch of trucks going in there. That is fine, right? They are queuing up. It's going to be generating some, yeah, they're digging away. So let's speed this up a little bit, see how quickly we get to second set of trucks. So that's 45% full. There we go with another set of trucks. They don't get into too much trouble before they come around for the loop. And, ooh, some are going out. Well, I could set this to fill now. No, they're all going. Okay, so what that tells me is that we need another one of these. Set that back to 1 speed. Go back if they need it. That will cross that, but alright. We've got loads of oil. We haven't had to import any. 96 barrels. We're making money. Okie dokie. Let's go back to single speed and try and figure out what is going on. You look like you are not giving way. Is it that I have set this up as a priority road and that seems to have... Has that created... Oh, that when I did that shift click. I think that's made this a priority road and the roundabout a priority road at the same time. Alright, when I said this wasn't causing traffic, I was wrong. Let's see what happens if I try and put some of these things on the opposite side. So just alternating. Let's try that on one side. Ooh, level 3 petrochemicals. That means we've got large oil pumps and a toy factory. Yay! Where are we? We're on 5,500 and we haven't got a tremendous amount of money. We're under 100 grand. It's a lot of money we're spending. We've got... we still only got the small oil pumps at the moment. I have introduced now the petrochemical plants. So I am producing plastics as well. Maybe I might switch that to plastics. It is a good thing that we don't have to pay demolition costs, isn't it? We have changed our mind on where some of this stuff is going quite a few times. And I do not mind telling you, if I was doing that for real, I would be very upset. Wow. That was a lot of work. More than 2 revisions since what you've seen a moment ago in the video, and let's take you on a little tour of the, I don't know, 5th or 6th version. The service has got police and fire. I've got a couple of these throughout the area. Now, a couple of minutes ago, as far as you're concerned, as opposed to yesterday, I said maybe I should cover the whole area in extractors. I've taken it down to 4. I've got two oil pumps and 2 large drilling rigs. This is mainly because it doesn't matter how efficient a driving system you work out, how you get roads that just sort of lead from one compartment to another. Traffic, just wow. And I reckon that's because I'm exporting a ton, and I think I'm exporting a ton because I'm not a big enough city. Yeah, I've left some spaces, and then I'll put, because I had 4, I had 4 of each, and I still had catastrophic traffic. They go down, right, so they go down the main avenue, and they go down with the same sort of pattern. So I've got collectors on both sides, extractors, sorry, on both sides, surrounded by a little one-way system. This guy won't get in the way of that guy, and anything. Look, even still, he's not exporting. Good. Then we come down to, on this side, we've got quite a few oil tanks, and we've got some oil tanks here as well. But there's a little one-way system to get round here as well. So these guys, the intent was these extractors produce and put into this storage. These extractors produce and put into this storage. And I think plastic. I think this is the sort of plastic aisle, if you like, because then we've got processing. We've got 8 of these petrochemical plants. We've got 2 naphtha cracker plants. And then we've got 8 pyrolysis plants and 6 waste oil refining plants. And then after that, they got storage. So on this side, we are storing, and I'm filling, 4 little warehouses with petroleum. And on this side, I'm filling 4 little warehouses with plastics. This should all say plastics. Yes, they do. You've got your main building, your maintenance building, 4 sets of barracks. We are a 5-star. I think I've produced a ridiculous amount. Yeah, 62,000. I'm amazed that the overall profit is only down to 2,000. I think that might be because, I suppose it's the upkeep as well. 10,000 a week. Not outputting as much. At one point I think it was 71 barrels or something, but that had a lot of trucks. We got a couple of recycling centres. There's a recycling centre over there and there, and next to this police station and fire station we got some larger scale recycling, just because it feels like this is a very dirty area. I've concreted over a lot of the pollution, but there's a lot of pollution around. And we got some big warehouses here for plastics and here for petrol, and they're both full, but they are creating not enough special goods. Maybe I will set petrol to balanced again. It will start filling this thing up, because if I remember correctly, these warehouses are supposed to have their own truck fleet. Hopefully, has that got... Yes, that's got a way to get to the thing. Look how many trucks are coming out already, just because I set it to balanced. Here we've got a medium warehouse for collecting unique factory products, which is what I'm assuming is coming out of the household plastics factory. I've even got that set to 110% productivity, and it's still, when I had 8 extractors up there, it didn't it didn't keep up. Over here we have got a petroleum refinery. We have petrol and plastics and metals being brought to the warehouses over here, so that this has quick access to stuff as soon as it needs it. So both those factories should start outputting to that place, and then making sure that our commercial areas never run out. This housing estate has continued. I've been splitting it, just coming back here to address some demand, because we get things such as these industry buildings keep shutting down because there are not enough workers. Now the sawmill, that's going to get some love and attention soon. We just added a second one of these. The ore grinding mill added a second one of those just to start getting a bit more metal coming out of this area, because we needed that petroleum. But that's lovely. I got down to, at one point it was 51% traffic, I think, but what are we back up to? 68. That's not great. Look at that, they're all oil trucks. Are these all exporting? Exporting. Oh my god. Why? Stop exporting stuff. I've only got 4 extractors. There's not so much. Maybe that's just maybe it's just because I only sort of recently took out some of the extra buildings. Maybe I'll turn that one off. Yeah, I don't need to destroy them, do I? I could just turn them off. We'll see how that works. Obviously, I just need these factories to make more demand. I've made a little spidery thing over here. I haven't got that walkway mod, because come on, if I need mods to make walkways or overpasses, then I'm going to be doomed. But I've got to watch how many mods I have, because I have got to look after the PC. Now, let's finish off this area and make sure that we got to get to the middle, put some schools and some services in. So let's do that on time lapse. You gotta wonder what the use of these 4-lane roads are when everybody just only ever uses 1 lane. Really need that train line, don't we? We do have output from this, and we're not storing that anywhere, so let's get us some warehouses. We did say that that was part of the plan. We would do that. We would put warehouses near where the train station was going to be. And then some of the trucks that are looking to export will turn left and hopefully say, ah, somebody local needs them. Yay! Big town. Ooh, campus areas.
Great. Sports arenas, level 5 buildings. We have intercity bus, trade school campus and metro. IT cluster.
Oh, and a high density. Hallelujah, lu. Let's celebrate by moving this guy over to there, and this guy over to there. Well, they can help take some of the traffic away. Now that little backup thing seems to have stopped. It's gonna put a little celebratory smidge of high density. So, thanks for finally making it to Big Town. Small city coming up next. What we do want to do is we want to purchase this for 7,600. Lovely. Well, that's interesting. I did assume that I would be able to do the unlock 81 tiles would allow me to get them all. We will see what happens there. We've been a bit haphazard and frivolous with our tile unlocking because we haven't had to worry. Is this going to be... yeah, it's going to be together. Alright, down a little curve there, just it's like the little brother of a switchback. This is totally not a switchback. We have now made a connection that's going to connect up our industry area. It's going to allow our industry area or our industry traffic for the metals to go around this way. Probably won't. Probably carry on going that way, although that's not the straightest. You never know. Give it some time. Oh, look. No, he's collecting garbage. Some of these may one day turn right. That's where we're going to leave it today. Thanks very much for playing, sitting with us and watching us make this horrific concrete jungle of destitution and traffic. All the trucks coming back now. We will catch you. Oh, that's taken quite a lot going on there, which is good. I was worried about the amount of build space that might be available when I first saw this map, but well, there is plenty of room there. Plenty of room. Okay, thanks for hanging around. We'll see you next week. And take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.